I'm nominating Rachel for the outstanding care I received from her when delivering my daughter Phoebe last June. She listened to my every wish. We had delayed cord clamping. I was able to have the first breastfeed with the cord still attached. She put me completely at ease during my labour when I was transferred by ambulance. It was a hands-off approach where she was there to fully support me, but she let my body do its own thing and didn't pressure or force anything. Therefore, I required minimal intervention and only gas and air. I ended up with a second-degree tear, but she paid so much attention to detail when stitching me up, asking for assistance from another colleague to ensure everything was perfect. Nothing was too much trouble. I'm truly thankful and will always remember her and my labour.
Following a subarachnoid hemorrhage in 2015, I was left virtually blind with Terson syndrome. After emergency surgery in Derriford, I was transferred to Marie Thérèse House. Dr. Marte booked an emergency appointment with Mr. Majane. From this appointment, I immediately felt I was in expert hands. For the first eye operation, he walked me into theatre himself. He visited me in recovery and back in the main outpatient recovery area. He was on all occasions calm and reassuring. After 5 days of lying on one side to prevent retinal detachment, my sight had returned. Mr. Majane has since operated on my other eye, restoring sight. He gives his time to his patients, is always charming and polite, and is a highly skilled, meticulous surgeon. I know I can contact him through his lovely secretary anytime. Having access to Mr. Majane and the outpatient clinic has been so reassuring for me. Please pass on my thanks to Mr. Majane and his team at the ophthalmology department and consider him for a staff award. He deserves it so much.
Hannah is just amazing. I'm an autistic lady who is completely petrified of hospitals and operations, but Hannah just understands and is always on time for all of my appointments, which makes me feel more comfortable during times when I feel quite anxious. She is just such an amazing person. Hannah respects me 100% and is always there when I need her. She is so kind and caring and always makes me feel safe. Thank you, Hannah, for all that you do for me.
At the beginning of June, my mother unfortunately had a fatal accident after falling down some steps. She was unconscious for just over 2 days and looked after on CCU. Laura became my mum's nurse, and from that point on both myself and my family realised that we were in receipt of expert care. Laura is such a positive person and brought a real sense of beauty to a terrible situation. She was incredibly gentle and controlled when dealing with any aspect of my mum's care. She took the time to explain any questions we had, or if she noticed us looking frightened or apprehensive, she stopped and explained to us what was happening. When the time came for us to switch my mum's machine off, Laura sat with us and held my mum's hand as well. She gently explained what was happening and made us aware as we were approaching the end. We played my mum's favourite songs, and Laura said to me that it was a beautiful way to go, surrounded by family with beautiful songs. I've since returned to work, and in my first week I made contact with Laura. We met up and she gave me a huge cuddle and said that she'd been thinking of us all. She remembered us, which meant so much. Laura is an absolute credit to the CCU department and the hospital itself. She's also more than deserving of this award.